speaking of death, let's jump right into our last review of the day. We're going to review Vivo. Yes, I'll start this one off, I guess. Yeah, man. Lin Manuel. This is like, to me, when R. Kelly got accused of like the crazy shit that he's going on, and then he dropped Ignition, and then he dropped like TP2, and all the black people was like, "Oh man, R. Kelly good," because the music was so good, and we forgot about all the bullshit.
We didn't forget.
This is Lin Manuel's TP2, because I forgot all about the colorism shit that we supposed to be canceling him for. It was like, man, these songs slap. Man, this shit is good. Why this thing making me cry? Man, why do I like this so much? And I literally was like, man, I'm supposed to be canceling this Joker because he can't even put brown skinned people in his movies, in black people, like in dark skinned people in his movies. But fuck that. I left this movie and was like, man, this may creep up into my top 5 like cartoon music in a movie. And I did make a small list so people wouldn't trip out on me. I got, and this is no particular order, but Aladdin, Lion King, Moana, and Coco are in my top 4, no matter how you want to order it. And then 5, I was like, it's going to be competing with Beauty and the Beast and Little Mermaid for whatever you want to throw in that 5th spot. But the point is that the music in here is so good that it goes with it. So you give me good music, you give me the goddess Gloria Estefan in the movie. You've already had me sold. The only negative I had on this movie is that I just didn't rock with the kids. I didn't rock with the Minnie Karen troupe. I didn't rock with the wild chick. They just were all annoying to me. At least the Minnie Karens were tolerable enough because I'm like, oh, we know what you're going to be when you grow up. And I was just more disappointed that the black chick went along with the Minnie Karen, because she should have been like most black people be like, hey, maybe we should mind our business. And that's what she should have said. But she didn't do that. She kept going along with Minnie Karen.
There's a reason why there's a Candace Owens out there.
Facts. And I'm more the only person I really felt empathetic and sympathetic for, besides Vivo and Homeboy, who kicked the bucket before you get to see his homegirl. Only one I felt sympathetic for was for the moms. Because moms is like, I'm out here struggling, trying to get a dime, put you in good position so you can live your life. And you out here clapping on me and running to Miami. Fuck that. Like, I felt bad for the mom. I'm like, and she lucky she ain't my kid, because I'd have tore that ass up when I got in the car and going to Miami. What we talking about here? You went 100 miles? Nah, fuck that. You getting a beating in your life in front of all those people that you was trying to run away from. I may even let them get a lick in from them having to chase you. So other than that, as I say that, I have really, really thoroughly enjoyed this movie, man. I thought the music was good. It had heart. It had emotion. The story is pretty predictable, paint by numbers, but with this, you could tell that the emphasis was more on the music and the relationships being built. And I think they did a great job of doing that. Maybe a little bit more time for the kind of Vivo and her and the little girl to kind of more bond. But I didn't mind that the pacing they kind of sped it up. It's still a kid's movie at the end of the day. So I'm here for it, man. Jaren, your thoughts on Vivo?
This was, I had mentioned this earlier with you guys. Going from such a shoddily animated feature with Monster Hunter into this with smooth animation, beautiful squash and stretch, great character design, and then of course the story and all the heart. I was all for it. The music was fantastic. I enjoyed the little alt girl. I've always enjoyed that character trope of the person that's not afraid to be outside of the norm. And I thought her song was dope too.
Her song not.
So good.
Gloria Estefan was killing it. I think the text I sent to you guys after I got done watching it was, I'm not crying, you're crying. Man, yeah, it hits that emotional point real hard. It's definitely very Pixar level, fuck with your heart. So no, I can't say enough good things about it. I enjoyed it. The weird like mating duck things.
Spoonbill.
Yeah. I mean, I probably could have done without them, but other than that, and that you had main Karen, you had the girl that was on her way to getting diabetes by always eating cookies, and then it was an interesting troop of those girls, and they were next level, not minding their own business. So like, go get your dad's boat. We gotta interject our thoughts.
Right.
Well, yeah. So also I was like, oh, I love when boats, like you see like yachts and stuff, and they always have those cool like underlights. I've never seen it on like just a little trawler like that. I was like, oh, that's kind of dope. I mean, I know it was an artistic choice, but it was still really cool. Like every time they did the wide like helicopter shots looking down, you see just the blue glowing around it. I thought that was dope. Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I mean, it followed it paint by numbers as far as the story beats go. You know, they're gonna get to the concert hall as soon as mom catches up with them, and she's gonna stop them, and then there's gonna have to be some emotional point that comes, you know, that is brought to the forefront that they refuse to talk to up into this point, and then that's going to make the mom then become an agent in their mission. So yeah, I mean, it definitely was predictable in that regard, but it was so charming, and the music was so well done that I was like, I know how this is going to end, and I still want to hear it. I will say I was expecting there to be more, you know, like when there's that song that and I know that Gloria Estefan, and they wanted her voice to be chief among it. But you know, in these things where they have like, it's like a special song, or it's like whenever they do that song, there's always like you know, a massive orchestra that swells up behind him, and like, you know, even though you're watching it and you're like, there's a guy on a piano and some guy in a bongo drums, you expect there to be a string, you know, section and everything to really elevate that song. I was waiting to hear this song the whole time. I'm like, man, this song is going to be dope. And it was just okay.
Yeah. It was probably the worst song of all of them.
Yeah.
I agree. I call that the Disneyfying of cartoons. Like, that's a Disney trope that we expect the climactic song to be like this big Yeah.
It was just her chilling on stage, and it was like, oh. Well,
all right, Jason.
All right, so I'll start off that I've never been a Lin Manuel Miranda fan. I've been forced to listen to the Hamilton soundtrack at least a couple of times, and I'm like, I don't understand why people like this so much.
Who forced you to do that?
Hold on, pause right there, because I'm glad you said that, and I just want to throw one thing in. Hamilton's music is like what white people think good hip hop sounds like. It's not that. Continue.
So, and also on top of that, I'm not a big musical fan at all. Anytime there's a live action musical, I'm like, oh, this is going to suck, and I hate everything about it. This movie, however, I loved it. I loved every second of it. It was so great. I love the music in it. I was like, oh, I understand why people like this dude now, because he's actually pretty good at writing songs, because he wrote all the songs for this. So I get it, because these songs fucking slapped, with the exception of the last one, which was kind of ho-hum. Those kids would have died in the Everglades, just straight up. They all would have fucking died. Like, oh, we'll just take a shortcut through the Everglades. You know how fucking big the Everglades is? It's fucking huge. You're going to die before ever getting close to Miami, all right? You're going to starve to death because you're going to get lost and eaten by an alligator. That kid and that monkey should be dead. Those little girls should be dead. All of them should be dead. This should have been a movie about how they how they didn't find these girls ever again, because the Everglades are fucking huge. That's where the fucking mob would drop their bodies and people just disappear. All right. Other than that, Sony's animation studio, they have stepped up their game. They are they are pushing to Pixar levels. I mean, they're probably already there. Don't get me wrong. They're there. They're at Pixar levels of artistry here. This movie looks so great, and it's animated so well. Like, you know, I was like, this could be a Pixar movie if it wasn't on Netflix. You could have just put this on Disney Plus and slapped, you know, Pixar on it, and you would have not be able to tell the difference. You would be like, okay, that's the exact same thing. I'm glad I hope Sony makes more movies like this. This was so much fun. And I did start crying at least twice in this fucking movie, because when old dude's like, oh, I'm going to Miami to go meet my girl, and then he fucking dies. Like, what the fuck? Like, why would you do this to me? Like, he needs to go meet his girl. They haven't seen each other. Which, I don't understand why he didn't leave with her. Like, you could have gone to Miami. It's only 90 miles away. Y'all could have been together.
Yeah. I said the same thing.
Maybe he was like, oh, I can't leave because Castro's keeping me here. It's Cuba. We don't know. But
touche.
Yeah, it's still paint by numbers, but like when you get the formula right, you get it right. So like this was even though it was formulaic, they got every beat perfectly right, and it hit all the right notes. It hit all in a musical, it hit all the right notes. See what I did there? It was such a fun movie. I liked sometimes as Vivo, Lin Manuel was kind of too Lin Manuel Miranda. He kind of took me out some occasionally, but eventually, they would go to a song or something like that, and it was like, okay, I'm back in it again. But yeah, this movie is great. It's so much fun. It's a good one. If you like that whole shtick that he does, there's no reason why you shouldn't watch this.
Yeah, this and Mitchell's versus the Machines. That's like 2 for 2 on Sony.
And then, Jaren's not going to agree with me, but then also Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse, of course, yeah. Absolutely. But that wasn't this year.
But yeah,
that's true. Shout out to Michael Rooker being a snake. I thought he was awesome.
He was so good.
Yeah, he was really
talk
good
about a voice you can just pick up immediately. I'm like,
oh, that's Michael Rooker right there.
Yep.
Yeah, that was good. No, I'm with you, man. I can't say enough great things about this one. I don't really have any headcanon on it because I thought it was a pretty good movie. Pretty excellent and well-made movie, and it did what it's supposed to do. But yes, homeboy biting the dust, man, hurt my soul. It hurt my soul, bro.
Because you know what's gonna happen. You know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
They give it away in the trailer without giving it away in the trailer because it's like it starts with old man. And then all of a sudden, the rest of the trailer, he's with that little girl, and you're like, "Wait a minute, where'd the old man?" Oh no,
they upped us, man. They upped us.
Yeah,
we're gonna, I guess, go around give our rating, and also I want to hear what you guys, at least top 3 musical cartoons are, because I gave my quasi 5. But Jaren, what would you rank? Would you rate this?
So you're gonna sit down and curate a list and then get us out the top of the dome. I got it.
Oh no, I'm going around with our ratings and then go around for the list. So I'll give you time to think about it.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it 4.5. Absolutely. I recommend you spend money on this and support the arts. You don't have to go see it in a theater because if you have, Netflix, it's there for you. So yeah, absolutely. There's nothing holding you back from checking us out.
All right, Jason.
You people with your points is like when people come into a restaurant and they're like, "Oh, I want a steak between medium rare and medium, a little bit." So you want it medium or you want it medium rare because there's no fucking in between. But with that said, I'm going to give it a 4.8.
Wow. Okay.
Y'all motherfuckers in your fractions. Also, here's my fraction.
I'm going to do fractions too because I don't want to be left out.
I'm going to fractionize. I'm going to give it a 4. And the only reason because you know how I feel about those kids.
Fuck them kids. They should be dead. They all should be dead.
Look, and you know what it is? When I said it too, my wife said, "It's like you have a thing against bad kids," and I go, "That's what it is." I don't like bad kids in anything, even when it's fake. I hate fake bad kids. As you can see, why I don't give this a higher note because I'm only gonna give it a 4 because them kids is bad and I'd have beat all of them. So
yeah, I don't prescribe to spanking children, but that child should have got spanked.
I subscribe.
There are some kids that need spanking, and that's one of those kids.
I'm all about that spanking life, and that girl would have got told. So Jaren, musical cartoons. You got any list? Top of your head?
Off the top of my head. Obviously Lion King, no question. And Moana, but one that you didn't say that songs still stick in my mind is Mulan. Let's get down to business and defeat the Huns. Fucking phenomenal. I love that whole song. Yeah, no, it's good. So
yeah, I'm good. Nah, I really don't rock with Mulan music like that. That's why it wasn't on my list, but I understand that people do like it.
Yeah. And
Jason?
So yeah.
Well, everybody knows Moana is my number one. Like, fuck it. Yeah. Like, Moana just gets in my soul every single time I hear one of those fucking songs.
All that shit.
Lion King is and Beauty and the Beast are Disney classics. There's no greater of that age of songs in my book. But I also fuck with Frozen too. Frozen is great.
Oh, the original one or the second one?
The original one.
Oh, okay. I was thinking the second one music was.
No, I'm not. I never saw the second one. I don't give a shit after that. I don't give a shit about it enough to go watch another one.
Yeah, they made a sequel. Oh.
Yeah, Frozen 2.
You guys are terrible. Well, thank you for participating in that.
He's got the daughter
that we just played. All right.